Hello everyone, I am Ms. Shraddha Kamlesh Vaishya. Today going to present on my thesis topic Prevalence and Classification of Amblyopia in Children attending Ophthalmology Outpatient Department. The aim of my study was to determine the prevalence rate and classify different types of amblyopia in children attending ophthalmology OPDs. So, objective was to determine the prevalence of amblyopia among pediatric subjects, to determine the percentage of subjects suffering from amblyopia in different age groups, to classify the different types of amblyopia, and to determine the gender-wise distribution of subjects suffering from amblyopia. Amblyopia and strabismus are the two primarily pediatric eye diseases which can lead to vision loss, impair binocular function, and also cosmetic consequences which might persist through adulthood if left untreated. Amblyopia identification is an important step to ensure the normal development of children's eyes. If we recognize and avoid the amblyopic risk factors, so this will decrease the vision loss in childhood and will increase the quality of life of the adult. According to the definition, amblyopia refers to unilateral or less commonly bilateral reduction in BCVA, best corrected visual acuity, not directly attributed to a structural abnormality of the eyes or posterior visual pathways. Strabismus, significant refractive error and conditions that may cause form vision deprivation by physically blocking or occluding the visual axis of one or both eyes. These are the major risk factors which leads to amblyopia. Other risk factors includes preterm birth, low birth weight, ROP, retinopathy of prematurity, cerebral palsy, mental retardation, family history of high refractive error, anisometropia, isometropia, strabismus, amblyopia, or congenital cataract. The following are the types of amblyopia. I had mentioned the study definition of amblyopia later in slides. These are the review of literature. Out of these, two were majorly relevant to this study. A study by Magdalene et al. Named Community Outreach and Indicator for Assessment of Prevalence of Amblyopia done in Kamrup District, Assam, India and published in the year 2018. In their study, 39,651 children were screened, in which 469 were diagnosed to have amblyopia at the camp and 223 were diagnosed at the institute. They concluded refractive amblyopia to be the most common cause of amblyopia and stated awareness of amblyopia among the parents is essential for early detection and treatment of the disease. Another study done by Degavne Sachin and Prasad Madhumita named to observe the proportion of amblyopia among children presenting in a rural hospital in central India was published in the year 2018 only. The result in this study revealed that out of 300 children, only 13 cases were amblyopia, in which the main cause was anisometropia. They concluded that it is mandatory to improve the facility for checkup and frequent eye screening for refractive errors, strabismus examination, corneal blindness, and cataract for school children. This study also emphasizes need for time-to-time eye screening for school children. Materials and methodology. Study design was descriptive cross-sectional study. Study period was July 2019 to February 2020. Study site was Advanced Eye Hospital and Institute, Sanpada, Navi Mumbai. The study comprised of 5,892 subjects, in which 108 subjects were diagnosed as having amblyopia, which were selected in the study. In total of 108 subjects, 216 eyes, there were 29 non-amblyopic eyes and 187 amblyopic eyes. The participants were divided into 4 age groups at 4-year age interval. The demographic data of subjects were comprised age, gender, proper detailed pediatric history which includes the birth history, family history, any ocular or systemic histories, vaccination, maternal infections and all. All comprehensive eye examination including visual acuity, autorefraction, subjective refraction, ocular motility test which includes Hirschberg test and Brodach test, cover test for distance as well as near, anterior segment examination were conducted. Post-cycloplegic and fundus examination were also performed on each individual. The definition of amblyopia. Unilateral amblyopia was defined as the two-line interocular difference in visual acuity with a visual acuity of at least 6/12 or worse in the worst eye, while bilateral amblyopia was defined as visual acuity of 6/12 or less in both the eyes. Spherical equivalent refraction difference up to 2 diopter or more between the two eyes were considered as anisometropic amblyopia, and the spherical equivalent refraction difference less than 2 diopter between the two eyes and visual acuity is equal to or less than 6/12 were considered as ametropic amblyopia. Isometropic amblyopia were considered when the refractive error in the two eyes exceeded or equal to 5 diopter. Strabismic amblyopia was defined as amblyopia present in an eye that had constant manifest strabismus. Meridional amblyopia was as a result of astigmatism of greater than or equal to 2 diopter in one or both the eyes. Mixed amblyopia occurs when more than one cause of amblyopia is present in a single eye. Eye with no abnormality detected were considered as non-amblyopic eyes. Subjects up to 20 years of age with complete data and having a best corrected visual acuity 6/9 or less in one eye or two-line interocular differences in best corrected visual acuity were included in the study, while subjects with systemic history, previous history of any ocular surgery, pseudostrabismus, and subjects with uneven responses were excluded from the study. According to the results, the prevalence rate of amblyopia was found to be 1.8%. In this, Table 1 represents age-wise distribution of subjects suffering from amblyopia, in which all the types of amblyopia were more common in the age group 4 to 8 years. Second table represents gender-wise distribution of subjects suffering from amblyopia. In this, the prevalence of amblyopia was slightly higher in males 53% than in females 47%, but there was no statistically significant difference were found between the gender-wise distribution of subjects suffering from amblyopia. Table 3 represents distribution of subjects according to type of amblyopia. Anisometropic amblyopia was the most common type of amblyopia which we found, accounts for about 29% of the cases. Figure 1 shows diagrammatic representation of table number 3 which I had mentioned. Table 4 represents different causes which leads to stimulus deprivational amblyopia. 7 subjects were responsible for the stimulus deprivational amblyopia, in which 3 subjects diagnosed with congenital ptosis and so on. Figure 2 shows amblyopia associated with manifest strabismus in percentage. Strabismus was seen in 20% of overall cases. The most frequent strabismus type was intermittent exotropia, which accounts for 34% of cases. Table 5 represents number of subjects having manifest strabismus in two groups of amblyopia, that is mixed and strabismic amblyopia respectively. In case of intermittent exotropia, 7 subjects were diagnosed with mixed amblyopia, while 1 subjects were diagnosed with strabismic amblyopia. Table 6 represents different types of refractive error found in amblyopic eyes. In total of 108 subjects, all the amblyopic eyes of the subjects had refractive error. Astigmatism was found to be the most commonest type of refractive error seen in amblyopic eyes, in which compound myopic astigmatism accounts for 29% of the cases, and compound hypermetropic astigmatism was account for 28% of the cases. Figure 3 is the graph representation of the table number 6 in which x-axis having type of refractive error and y-axis shows number of the amblyopic eyes. Higher number of amblyopic eyes were seen in case of compound myopic astigmatism and compound hypermetropic astigmatism. Table 7 represents comparison of best corrected visual acuity in amblyopic and non-amblyopic eyes. Best corrected visual acuity BCVA ranges from 0.3 to 1.0 log unit in amblyopic eyes and 0.0 to 0.2 log unit in non-amblyopic eyes. Statistically significant difference was seen in both the groups. Table 8 represents number of subjects in preterm and full-term birth respectively. In total of 108 subjects, preterm births were 27% and full-term births were 73%. The amblyopia was found to be commoner in full-term birth as compared to preterm birth. Discussion. As I mentioned before, amblyopia is one of the most common cause of visual impairment in pediatric age group. Failure to diagnose, treat and manage the amblyopia before the age of 8 years can result in lifelong visual impairment. Many previous studies concluded that early detection on screening and treatment of amblyopia can result in better outcomes. This study revealed out of 5,892 subjects, 108 subjects were diagnosed with amblyopia. So, the prevalence rate of the amblyopia was found to be 1.8%. In these similar studies conducted in India by Ganekal et al., Magdalene et al., and Kalikivai et al., who reported the prevalence of amblyopia as 1.1%, 1.75% and 1.1% respectively. A similar prevalence of amblyopia has been reported in the study done in Denmark 1.07%, Madagascar 1.4%, Saudi Arabia 1.85% and Iran 1.9%. In our study, unilateral amblyopia was more common than the bilateral amblyopia, whereas amblyopia was associated with a refractive error in 74% of the subjects. Anisometropia was found to be the most common cause of amblyopia, which accounts for 29%. A previous study done by Degavne Sachin et al. Reported anisometropia to be the predominant cause of amblyopia, followed by strabismic, isometropic and stimulus deprivational amblyopia. In their study, unilateral amblyopia was 78.3% and bilateral amblyopia was 21.3% of the cases. Practically, we consider the spherical equivalent refraction difference 2 diopter or more between the two eyes as anisometropic amblyopia, but many of the study has been using the definition as spherical equivalent refraction difference 1 diopter or more as anisometropic amblyopia, which can lead to overestimation of prevalence rate of amblyopia. Anisometropic amblyopia equal to 1 diopter can be treated with continuous use of glasses or other therapies of amblyopia management. Thus, in our study, we had considered the spherical equivalent refraction difference 2 diopter or more between the two eyes as anisometropic amblyopia and subjects having less than 2 diopter spherical equivalent refraction difference as ametropic amblyopia. We found that all the types of amblyopia were more common in the age group 4 to 8 years irrespective of male and female. Audrey Shia et al. Reported that among patients aged 3 to 15 years, a statistical significance were seen in the age group of 3 to 7 years. In our study, in total of 108 amblyopic subjects, 23 subjects were having manifest strabismus. Among these subjects, exotropia were more common than esotropia. Intermittent exotropia and accommodative esotropia type were found to be the most common type of exo and eso deviation respectively. Similar types of exo and iso deviation were found in a study conducted by Rantanen et al. But in contrast, they reported esotropia to be the most common type of strabismus. In another study, Ateda et al. Reported that comitant exotropia was more common than esotropia. Some studies also says exotropia is the most common ocular deviation in different societies, but esotropia was the most prevalent deviation among subjects with amblyopia. In this study, we also reported that astigmatism was found to be the most common type of refractive error in amblyopic eyes, and compound myopic astigmatism and compound hypermetropic astigmatism were frequently noticed. Similar findings have been reported in another study done by Sapkota et al. In this present study, stimulus deprivational amblyopia was considerably more prevalent in ptotic subjects, and other causes such as congenital traumatic cataracts and corneal opacity were also seen. A study by Hassan et al. Reported the same findings as our study. Limitations of our study include arbitrary age group stratifications, a difference in the stratification of age groups within 4 to 8 years being the dominant age group in our study, which may cause discrepancy from others. The major limitation was that the study design was hospital based rather than the population based, which explains shortlist of the study population. Due to the variation in two groups, that is full term and preterm, is one of the limitation of our study that may have resulted in the overestimation of the percentage of children in full terms. This study concluded that the prevalence of amblyopia among pediatric age group were 1.8%, anisometropic amblyopia were more commonest. The etiology of amblyopia was often refractive, mostly astigmatic and non-strabismic. Approximately 74% of the children had refractive error. This warrants an annual checkup of all children. Exotropia prevalence increased with age and was the most common strabismus type. The findings of our study concluded that the periodic awareness campaign on pediatric visual problems and the importance of early detection and management, including screening examination, should be carried out at different places, including schools, shopping malls, societies, and also in the social media. These are the references. Thank you.